Good morning. Does anybody else in the world get lyrics stuck in your head and they seem to just sort of come out of nowhere? You're not, somehow they end up reflecting what is actually going on. Okay, well, let me just give you my example. I don't know if any of you are old enough to remember Meatloaf, the song 2 out of 3 Ain't Bad. For some reason, the lyrics, there ain't no Coupe de Ville hiding at the bottom of a Cracker Jack box, came into my head yesterday, and it kind of plays. What it does, I do the same pattern. It plays in a loop for a while, and then I go into YouTube and I look up the entire song. A really good song. I mean, rough lyrics written obviously by a rock and roller, but yeah, there's some real truth and beauty into that song. But anyway, I don't know. How does that tie into life? Well, yeah, Jim's still wanting to fight me over the caffeine. Some things never change. I may have messed up on this. I in the 1 hour, and I didn't plan it this way. I swear I didn't. I had a friend come by yesterday to pick me up to just run some errands because I needed to just get away for a little bit. But during that one brief hour I was gone, some missionaries came by to speak to Jim. Now, he believes they're LDS people. I don't believe so because whoever he was arguing with, he says, well, they left and they swore they would never come back. Okay. That could be any number of people. Hell, that could be one of my family members. But I think they were actually Jehovah's Witnesses because Jim said something about their belief that the earth would be transitioned back to the Garden of Eden. And anyone who knows for sure, you can go ahead and correct me on that. But I don't think that's LDS. I think that is Jehovah Witness. But anyway, I might have inadvertently sent them. You get these little cards when you're on Facebook, but it's their fault for not being more transparent. If you were LDS or if you were Jehovah Witness, I would have never even accidentally sent you to speak to Jim. What I wanted for Jim was somebody with some spiritual viewpoints to talk to him. Okay, ultimately, if I was ever a Jehovah Witness that had to go door to door and talk to people. And my father used to let them in, and believe me, he would argue with them, probably with more solid, legitimate arguments than Jim. Jim gets all passionate and angry, and my father, just like the entire family that he came from, are just very biblically smart. Um, but anyway, what I would have liked to see happen was common ground. You know, if these people went to talk to Jim for spirituality, had they talked to me first, or I would have been home, I would have said, okay, let's find some common ground. And you will find with most religions, unless you're like satanic or something, uh, how about a nice prayer for peace? How maybe they could have just bowed their heads and prayer for good. He's not in great health. I would have liked it, and I'm guessing they were probably young people, but he's not in great health. Just pray for him to get better, pray for health, find some common ground, because I did not mean for me to be gone for 1 hour and for there to be an argument. Even I don't have any issues with all the different religions. I mean, maybe in their training they could learn. Oh, I guess their training probably taught him to walk away and give up and just say, yeah, enough is enough. But maybe just find that common ground. What can we agree on? I would have just asked him that. Can we come to some agreement? Obviously, you do not believe the earth is going to be transitioned back into the Garden of Eden. It's kind of cool, though. I don't always, I believe that is Jehovah's Witnesses because I have befriended Jehovah's Witnesses and talked to them. And the idea is not to find absurdity and, oh, you believe that, that's so dumb. The whole idea is just to share, I think. And, but there are people that think, oh, don't listen to them. They're the enemy. That's poison. Well, how is it poison? And, they didn't change their viewpoints and he did not change his, obviously. Nothing got accomplished. But if somebody were just to pray with him for his health, for peace on earth, for anything, I think it might have helped. And he doesn't believe that I have the credibility or intelligence to broach that topic. I don't know. I know that about him. Ain't no Coupe de Ville hiding at the bottom of a Cracker Jack box. It is what it is, in other words. I mean, I know it. I accept it. And I pretty much knew after he the groceries got delivered and I didn't get out there quickly enough to get the caffeine out, as he was ready for some caffeine. And, he can drink one Monster a day. But after that second one, see, he did have coffee. So my thought is he was probably yelling at these people when they were here. He had coffee and a Monster. So I probably didn't make somebody's day by that suggestion, but I should have expected something different. Anyway, I hope y'all are having a blessed week. I always put my phone number and email if you want to reach me. Thanks so much.